Hello, welcome to our reading lesson for this week. We're looking at making connections with world, self, and text. So we're looking at the Last ANZAC this week. I hope you enjoy it. Let's get started. The Last ANZAC by Gordon Winch, illustrated by Harriet Bailey. The Last ANZAC, with historical advice from the Australian War Memorial. For every ANZAC, GW. For my parents, HB. The Last ANZAC by Gordon Winch, illustrated by Harriet Bailey. On a cold winter's day, James and his dad stepped off a plane in Tasmania. James was going to meet Alec Campbell, the last living ANZAC. The year was 2001. Alec Campbell was only 16 when he enlisted to serve in the Australian Army during the Great War of 1914 to 1918. He agreed to go anywhere he was needed. It was a very brave thing to do. He was nicknamed the Kid, as he was so young and so small. James and his dad arrived at Alec Campbell's cottage in Tasmania. James had never met anyone as old as Alec. He was 102. Alec Campbell and his fellow soldiers were sent to Gallipoli. It was 1915 and the campaign was coming to an end. There had been many men killed and wounded at Anzac Cove. James was desperate to ask Alec Campbell questions about the war. "Did you get injured?" asked James. Alec shook his head. "No, I was very lucky." Alec Campbell didn't fight, but he had an important and dangerous job to do. He carried water and stores from the beach. James's eyes were round with fear. "Were you scared?" "I should say so. You had to be alert." Alec Campbell ran for cover when the fighting started. He jumped into trenches to keep himself safe. As James and his dad sat in the warmth eating biscuits, James wondered what Mr. Campbell ate during the war. Alec Campbell smiled. "We ate bully beef in tins, mainly, and hard biscuits. We ate oranges when we got off Gallipoli." For Alec Campbell and his fellow soldiers, eating oranges was a great treat. James didn't think oranges sounded like such a great treat. "How long were you in the war?" he asked. 6 weeks. Alec Campbell was very sick after 6 weeks and had to be taken to hospital. Then he was sent home to Australia. James was curious. Why did they send you home? I was just too sick. When Alec arrived in Australia, he was a Gallipoli veteran at the age of 17. James now had a new hero. He thought Alec Campbell must have been very brave to go to war aged 16. Did you feel like a hero? No. You're my hero. To James, Alec Campbell was a hero. He was right. The old man, the last living Anzac, and all of the Australian and New Zealand soldiers who fought at Gallipoli were heroes. Everyone's heroes. Alec, who died in May 2002 at the age of 103, enlisted in 1915 when he was 16. He had put his age up to 18 in order to be accepted by the army and to fight at the front, wherever he was needed. A hero indeed. James was very fortunate to meet Alec and find out about his experiences. He gives us a special view of this humble and remarkable man, the year before Alec Campbell died. This book is based on the true story of a young boy's visit to meet Alec Campbell in 2001.
Resources. With full acknowledgement of the author, Gordon Winch. Illustrator, Harriet Bailey. Images taken of my personal copy of the book. Voice recordings by Rachel Bath. Sound effects from freesound.org.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that reading, and now it's your turn to go into Google Classroom and have a look at the prompts that I've got there for you and respond to those, making your connections between this text and yourself, this text and the world, as well as the text and other texts that you might have been reading. I look forward to seeing your answers. See you there.